What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Saturday, July 16th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have a 6-game slate tonight, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. So I like a couple of studs on the slate here tonight. You got Justin Verlander and Max Fried. I think it's a toss-up between those two guys. I'd probably just pay the extra salary for Justin Verlander. But if you're looking for a lower salary pitcher here tonight, take a look at Dean Kramer. He's pitching against the low salary batting team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Dean Kramer, he's only giving up a .741 OPS versus lefties, a .846 OPS versus righties, a .765 OPS versus switch hitters. He's facing 2 lefties, 4 righties, and 3 switch hitters. Now the Rays have only hit 5 of his last 26 pitches. That's a 192 batting average. He's 8,900 FanDuel salary, 400 less on DraftKings. He's averaging 29 fantasy points per game on the season, scored 42, 11, and 40 fantasy points in the last 3 games. He has an ERA of 2.15. Record is 3-1, pitching an average of 87 pitches per game. So I like Dean Kramer here versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. A couple of good plays here at the first base position. I like Josh Naylor. He's got a 48% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Michael Pineda. Josh Naylor batting 35% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .853 OPS versus righties. Michael Pineda pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 13% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .826 OPS versus lefties. Now, Josh Naylor is 0 for 2 versus Pineda, but he's 3,200 FanDuel salary, 900 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of 271, so I like Josh Naylor here versus Michael Pineda. Now, one of my favorite plays on the slate is Trey Mancini. He has a 34% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Ryan Yarbrough. Trey Mancini batting 8% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .818 OPS versus lefties. Ryan Yarbrough pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 27% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .873 OPS versus righties. Now I like this pick because Trey Mancini is 11 for 27. It's a .407 batting average and a 1.337 OPS versus Yarbrough. 3 of those 11 hits are home runs. He's got 4 doubles, and that's a big sample size. So Trey Mancini, only 3,000 FanDuel salary, 200 less on DraftKings. So I love that price on both sites, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games, has a batting average of 285. So I like Trey Mancini here versus Ryan Yarbrough. Okay guys, it's time to announce the winner of our $25 weekly PayPal giveaway. And the winner is Patrick Bush. Patrick Bush, congratulations. You are the winner of this week's $25 PayPal giveaway. please reply to our comment to collect your prize. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $25 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won. And then we'll send you $25 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Now I also like Ty France. He's in a pretty good spot here versus a low salary pitcher, Spencer Howard. Ty France batting a .811 OPS versus righty pitchers. Spencer Howard pitching his worst ball by far to righty batters. 60% worse than his other pitches, giving up a 1.109 OPS versus righties. And Ty France is 0 for 2 versus Howard. He's $3,000 FanDuel salary, $1,500 more on DraftKings, averaging 10 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .302, so I like Ty France here versus Spencer Howard. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Andre Gimenez with a 17% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Michael Pineda. Andre Gimenez batting 4% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .712 OPS versus righties. Michael Pineda pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 13% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .826 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Pineda yet. Andre Gimenez is $2,800 FanDuel salary, $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He's scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .299, so I like Andre Gimenez here versus Michael Pineda. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. We got a couple home run hitters here. We have Austin Riley and Jose Ramirez, but I like Austin Riley, who's got a batting advantage here over a low salary pitcher, Paulo Espino. Austin Riley batting a .893 OPS versus righty pitchers. Paulo Espino giving up a .738 OPS versus righties. I like this pick because Austin Riley is 5 for 11, batting a .455 batting average and a 1.273 OPS versus Espino. He's $4,300 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .282. So I like Austin Riley here versus Paulo Espino. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. Here's a value play. Take a look at Didi Gregorius. He has a 22% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Max Meyer. And Didi Gregorius batting 22% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .665 OPS versus righties. Didi Gregorius only $2,200 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings. Now only averaging 6 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .234, but he does have good splits here tonight, and he is pretty low salary, so if you're looking for a value play, I don't think he's an awful play here. So I like Didi Gregorius here versus Max Meyer. Okay, moving on to the outfield position, you have Julio Rodriguez with a 49% batting advantage over a low-salary pitcher, Spencer Howard. Julio Rodriguez batting a .798 OPS versus righties. Spencer Howard pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, giving up a 1.109 OPS versus righties. No at-bats versus Howard yet. Julio Rodriguez is $3,800 FanDuel salary, $2,300 more on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in all 5 of his last games. He has a batting average of .275, so I like Julio Rodriguez here versus Spencer Howard. Now I also like Kyle Tucker and Michael Harris. And for a value play, take a look at Steven Kwan. He has a 26% batting advantage over that low salary pitcher, Michael Pineda. Steven Kwan batting 13% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .742 OPS versus righties. Michael Pineda pitching his worst ball versus lefty batters, 13% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .826 OPS versus lefties. Steven Kwan is 1 for 2 versus Pineda. That one hit was a double. Only $2,500 FanDuel salary, $500 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He scored fantasy points in 4 out of his last 5 games. He has a batting average of .279, so I like Steven Kwan here versus Michael Pineda. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.